Hey Luke, what's up? I already secured 2 of my payout days. I took this short right here. So this is why I pay attention to Globex. Globex open was literally 24097. So I took a short, I think, here, and then I took another short. So this one took profit. This was my top step account. And then I took a short right here. So now I have one more account to play with. What's up, McLevin? So I have 4K secured tonight. Let's see if I can get 6K. I'm down like, I'm not down a lot of accounts, but I need to buy more My Family Futures accounts. They've been getting pretty expensive lately. And now my Lucid account is locked because I'm going live. So for the next week or 2 weeks, I can't trade with Lucid at all, which kind of sucks. How was your weekend, man? It was pretty good. Met up with some friends. I didn't really do anything for Easter. Do you guys celebrate Easter? We didn't start and you're already off to a good start. Yeah, it was just a quick scalp short. This one was kind of like preemptive. I just saw all the wicks up here, and I was like, all right, if I can get on top of these wicks, I can probably scalp 10 points easily. And this is like 40 points down here. And then Globex, I usually always take a Globex trade. When Globex breaks, it usually breaks with pretty big volume. So I was just betting that it's not breaking. You know, it seems like as we're rallying, these wicks have been making it seem a lot more like a tired rally. That's another reason why I took that short. Let's see if this candle will break above Globex and keep rallying. It's flat, 7 p.m. What's up, Mikey? So according to the overnight scalps, it's flat, right? It's not an obvious downtrend. It's not an obvious uptrend. We're literally flat, right? We didn't go anywhere. We're back to Globex open. Now what this means is that I can take a reversal, short or long. So my first reversals are short. Kind of want a long reversal, maybe down to 24,000. I was thinking about this long, but at exactly 24,000. But it was like the first 10 minutes. Like it was worth one account, but I wanted to just let the opening like volume die out first before touching it. I'm doing good, man. I'm doing good. I just secured a 4K payout before stream. I took 2 shorts, one here and one at Globex open. I think right now the market is trying to digest. Like the reason why we had the news like Trump is like, what do you say? Otherwise I'm blowing everything up. So a deal is possible. So because a deal is possible, that's why we didn't drop another like 200 something points, right? If he just said, I'm gonna blow everything up, then we would have fell a lot more. So I'm not surprised that we fell and then we're back up right to open. So it's like nothing happened. I'm curious if we'll close the gap here. But I feel like this week is like nobody knows where we're gonna go this week. Nobody. It literally all depends on Tuesday. I don't think Iran is gonna want a deal, but it's like you either do a deal or like, you know, a war is gonna happen, a big one. Even more bombs, even more, you know, whatever. Let's see how oil is doing. So crude oil spiked. So during these war times, notice how it's very inversely correlated to the stock market. And it's just because we're in quote unquote war time, right? Iran has told Pakistan to do one with the US. Interesting. I think I saw that here somewhere. I can't remember. With any negotiation. Something happened this weekend with the F-15. I forget what happened. Was the F-15 shot down or something? I remember seeing it on like the news or on Twitter. I mean, like none of these like red marked news events just seems good. They all seem like pretty bad. Yep, in Iran, didn't F-15 get shot down? That's what I heard. I saw it on Twitter. I'm not sure what happened with the pilot either. US feared Iran trap during F-15 rescue crew. We have rescued the wounded and really brave F-15 crew member officer from deep inside the mountains of Iran. So I think it was shot down. United States rescues airman whose F-15 was down in Iran. I remember seeing that on the news. Yeah, I think that's where I saw it too. I think everyone in Iran was after the pilot. Oh, interesting. Yeah, for sure. I'm glad he's safe too. Oops, I didn't mean to draw. It's just kind of a bunch of wicks right now. I don't really want to get in anywhere. Like, I think no matter what long or short I play, I think the noise, if I have a good enough entry, will just get me my 10 points or 20 points. It seems very like shaky right now. I think I might try 24,000 right here. I'm curious how Wall Street is going to digest all this news. You seem to be doing so many trades daily, scalping a lot. Yeah, I can take anywhere between like 10 to 30 trades a day. If you count my my DCAs in, Chris. So I already took 2 trades today. And they were within like 5 minutes of each other. I took this first short here, and then the short at Globex open right here for about 10-ish points. It was just for payout day. So these 2 moves already secured a 4K payout. I want to throw in one more payout account, but I think I might throw it in at 24,000. I wanted to long here initially, but it was within the first like 10 minutes. So I want to just let it simmer out. But now watch it hit and just freaking crash through. Do you think the market's going to stay in consolidation until Tuesday? I am not sure. I'd be very surprised if we crash. Like, let's just think about it in the perspective of a hedge fund or somebody moving a lot of money, right? You're here right now. Do you want to keep shorting the market? Short the market right down here. And then on Tuesday, Trump, right? He drops news. Okay, we've made a treaty with all of the people affiliated in this war. So you're short all the way here. right? And then this happens. Do you want to be exposed in shorts this much, right? And then the other way is, let's say you want to buy this. Do you want to be exposed all the way up here? And then Trump says, okay, no more peace treaties, a war is on, and now we're down here, right? For me, it doesn't make sense to overexpose yourself to either of these positions. You know, a hedge fund doesn't bet, you know, with millions and millions and millions and millions of dollars. They don't bet like us degens, right? We could try to bet, right? We could try to buy some options, yada yada. But these people are moving a lot of people's money, right? Obviously, you don't want to trust a hedge fund that will just gamble on one news event, right? And I'll show you an example of a day where, right here, do you want to be short, right? You're shorting, you're shorting, you're shorting, you're shorting, right? You're shorting any of these pops. And this was Trump saying something. I forgot what it was. It was some BS news. He was like, we're really close to a deal or something. And now you're here. If anything, you're whoever was overexposed here was lucky that the news it didn't seem as good as it was. Because if it was really good, all of these people would have gotten continuously squeezed. I mean, and you can even call this a squeeze in itself, because look at the size of this candle. Like, what's the length of this candle? From start to finish, 23894, almost 1,000 point candle, right? That was a Telegram leak. I forgot what it was, but it was something dumb where I'm pretty sure I shorted this pop. I think I was already exposed in shorts here on this candle. But then I read the news and I just let it simmer. And then I'm pretty sure I shorted every single pop. I remember it was like I was very surprised. I remember me saying, I'm very surprised we didn't retrace over half of the candle. I don't remember exactly what the news event was, but it was something very dumb and nothing like set in stone, right? It's just been hearsay, you know, every single news event. Nothing's been signed. No troops have been pulled back, right? It's like, oh, we're thinking about pulling them back in 2 weeks. Oh, you know, we're in good talks. Okay. Have you signed a paper? No? Okay, well then, you know, why are we up here? And Iran, you know, they seem pretty pissed about everything. It was Trump saying there's a ceasefire or something. I think so. I think it was like, he was like, it's a ceasefire, or we're considering pulling out all our troops or something like that. And now look where we're at. It doesn't seem like there's a ceasefire, right? I could try another Globex short, but we've just been kind of in this range, and if Globex breaks, I expect pretty big volume up. And NQ is stronger than ES right now, so I don't really want to short, and you can just see it. But NQ touched Globex open, and this is Globex open, right? You can see that ES currently is weaker. You can see where this candle is right now, and then this candle. So if ES pops above Globex, I mean, we're going to be here. So as much as I'd like to short it again, I don't think I'm going to. What I want to do is I want to buy down here. If NQ is behaving this way, I want to be buying. Like where I said 24,000. And assuming that we don't get any huge volume spikes. It's pretty volatile right now, so just the noise will give me about 10-20 points. just the noise. So maybe we don't crash like that. Yeah, take it easy, man. That was fast. Let me get my other account ready. Other account is 204, I think. Now, because the market's flat, we could scalp either way, 15 to 20 minutes of buying or pullback in any direction. And this is looking like it's about to be 15 to 20 minutes of pullback upward. So I might steal some entries in here short. I just gotta decide which accounts do I want to jump in with. These new accounts, I'm gonna hit hard at the percent lines. These overnight scalps are usually for payout days. Hey Vladimir, what's up? I took 2 trades, but they were before stream. I took my first short here, so this account. I took a short right here. And then on my Tradeify account, this one, I took a short like right up here at Globex. Was it 6.9? It was like right here. Only for a payout day, so nothing big. My overnight scalps are usually for payout days. So the next payout account is, I think, 204, this one. And I kind of want to get in near the top of these wicks. Did I miss anything good? No, nothing happened yet. I am looking to short again. Somewhere near the top of these wicks. I am worried about how strong NQ is. Let me check how the Mag 7s are doing in the overnight. Is this orb? No, I don't personally trade orb. This is just my overnight scalping. It's a trend continuation, but it's a bit weird when it's a flat day like this. Like, I consider this overnight session flat so far, which means there is no trend. So I can short or long. I'm leaning towards the shorts though. Let's see how the Max 7 are doing. I mean, nothing really happened to them. Nvidia is down 0.41%. That's probably why we dropped so much, which is, I mean, I guess that's a good sign for shorts, right? Maybe check for S&T. I personally don't trade any ICT concepts. Hope you get rich. Thanks, Kareem. I appreciate it. Trying to consider if I really do want to short. I just don't like how strong NQ is compared to ES. I don't like it. Which means if I want to short Globex open of ES, I need to short like up here around like 115-ish, or whenever this hits up here, which is probably 107, 110, 115. NQ really strong. Yeah, I mean, you can just look at the charts and notice how much stronger it is. Nvidia is down 0.41%, and I kind of want that to keep going lower. I'm gonna keep an eye on the Mag 7. I have it up on my phone on my Webull app. Everything else is doing okay. Like the only ones doing bad in the Mag 7 are Nvidia and Apple. Nvidia down 0.41, Apple down 0.22. So not, I mean, that could easily flip. Everything else is about break even up to 0.19. 0.19 is Tesla. So I think I'll wait for something like this, where we go up and then down here for a quick like 10 points. I don't even think I need 10 points. I think I need like 9 or something. Or whatever is a payout day in Creatify. I've been using 10 micros. It's a lot more aggressive. It's actually not a good idea. Like, yeah, it cuts my take profit in half, but I've been getting some gnarly drawdowns that usually I'd be able to survive with 5 micros. 5 micros DCA'd into more. Like, do I want to short up there, or do I want to wait for SPY to close the gap and then short at 6,600? Like 6,600 is also a good entry. Just those, you know, flat hole numbers at the hundreds and thousands. That's why I was thinking about 24,000 long. Volume's kind of dying out. All right, let's see that pop. I don't know, everything's telling me not to short this. Maybe I should restart my pullback timer, because I like 15 to 20 minutes of continuous pullbacks. So this was like sort of 15 minutes, these 3 candles with like higher highs. If I'm looking for a pullback to the upside and then lower lows, pull back to the downside. I do like Globex as a resistance level, but we've just been hovering here for so long. I just feel like it's just bound to break. Like Globex is right here. Look at all these wicks at Globex. I think I'll take the non-payout account at ES Globex Open, and then I'll take the payout account at 6600 ES. I think that's what I'm gonna do. But what payout account do I want to risk? I have one payout account that's 1 day from payout. So if I make 150 today, that's another 2K. I have one that's 2 days from payout and one that's 3 days from payout. I think the 3 days from payout one will go in first. It feels too stale right now. It just feels like you just wait for a little bit of a move to one side, like up, and then you just short it. But look at this volume. Like, there's nothing going on right now. Like, everyone's just kind of asleep. Compared to this, like, this is nothing. Did you start all the Lucid Live stuff? I sent them all my information and I signed all the paperwork, so hopefully there's no delays. The only thing I'm worried about is that my driver's license has a different address than my actual, like, than where I live, because I moved like 1 to 2 years ago. I moved like right after college, but I got my driver's license I think 3-ish years ago. So it was when I was still in college and I was living with my roommates. Hopefully that's not an issue. I don't think it will be, because I've done my KYC stuff, because that's how you get payouts. So your KYC stuff, they background check you, they do this, they do that. I paid with my card, and my card is the billing address is my new place right here. So I don't think it'll be a problem. What sucks is that I think, like, I got 3 funded accounts paused, but I think only 2 of them are going to live, because my third one is a new funded account. So I only took like 1 trade in it, but for an account to be moved to live, it needs to have 1 payout. So 2 of my accounts have 1 payout. Those are my 50K accounts. So I think I'll be moved to live with 2 accounts. We'll see how it goes. I kind of want to YOLO them, but I kind of don't want to YOLO them. Like, I think I'm just gonna... I don't want to blow it up too fast. I don't want to be in their bad side. Because I think if you keep blowing up live accounts and going back to sim funded and then going back to live, and you keep going back and forth, your cooldown, which I think is originally 2 weeks or 4 weeks, I think it's 2 weeks, will start increasing. So I don't want to get on their bad side. So I think I'm gonna have them blow up in worst case 3 trades, 2 trades. I think 2 trades each, I'll blow them up. So risk 1K. 1K each trade. It's gonna be percent line trades, because I think for a live account I need to trade with something that I have like the absolute trust in, and with all those years of data, like I think that's what I'm gonna do. I need to decide if I want to, how I want to do it. Do I want to scale in, or do I want to only take the line percent? Which line percent do I want to take? Do I want to take the first line percent, or do I want my other prop accounts to hit the first line percent and then my live account hit the second line percent? Because I think statistically the second ones have like the highest win rate. It was the second or third ones that had the highest win rate. I think it was the second one. And maybe I should do them only for longs at the bottom lines, because the bottom lines all have a higher win percent than shorting the top lines. But that's just because we've been, for the past 7 years, a majority of it has been in a bull market. If this is like the conditions to change from, you know, short-term bullish to bearish, then it's not going to be good. too much stuff to take into consideration. Maybe I'm just overthinking it too much. I feel like I am. What's up, Split? Thanks for stopping by. No trade so far. There's really nothing. I mean, just look at this volume. Nothing is going on. Like a scalp in this volume would be like 2 points. Let me see how VIX is doing. VIX is still like decently elevated. So I'm surprised we're just having these candles. Like these candles are suspicious. This low volume, it feels like something's gonna happen soon. Like these are really small volume wise, and I kind of don't want to get in the way of whatever's gonna happen. Feels like someone knows something. I've just been like, this entire market has just been news driven, so every time I'm in a trade, I'm just like, I have like news in the back of my head, like what if this, what if that. And especially the way I trade with no stop loss, like, and it's very bad to get hit by news. And I've been in the wrong trade, like the wrong side of the news for the past like 5 or 6 news events. Suspicious drop off of volume with no volume in a 30-minute candle. Yeah, it just feels weird, right? A little strange even for Asia. No, yeah, exactly. I would understand if we had an extremely small VIX, but VIX is pretty like decent. I mean, if I had to choose a direction now, it would be a little down, especially for a scalp. But it's not something that I would bet a payout account in. Especially right now, we're in this range. It's not very efficient. Like to short here is not efficient. The short opportunities are like up here. Like short here for like 10 points. Literally here. Here it's not horrible. The random tweets are nightmare fuel. Yeah, and like Trump isn't being very like what's the word, like he's being very clear with his words, right? He's like, I'm gonna start blowing shit up. Deal possible by Tuesday, otherwise I am blowing everything up. There's no ambiguity. You know what he's gonna do. He says he's gonna blow everything up. That's not I don't know. I choose short here too, considering even setting a sell order outside the range. Being filled on a news candle can be awkward. Yeah, but then you kind of get stuck in that whole, you get stuck in the, like people call it like analysis paralysis, right? Where it's like, okay, what are the odds that you do get caught in a news candle at this exact time, or like in the next 20 minutes, 30 minutes? I have no idea. But yeah. How is gold moving more than NQ at the moment? What's going on with the gold? What is it, GC? It's like a gold trade. Oh, gold's moving. Gold is moving. Yeah, no, that's hilarious. That gold is moving more than NQ and ES right now. Pretty decent sell-off. Did this candle hit your limit order, Luke? I saw you had limit orders down here. You got some really good entries on these two. What if I buy gold right here? Who's gonna stop? I don't think I've ever taken a gold trade in my life. I've taken a copper trade before on stream with somebody. He was like, look at copper, and I was like, shit, I'll take a look at it. And then I was like, it looks pretty okay for a buy. So I just ended up taking a buy, and I got like 200 bucks. So I have a 100% win rate on copper, which was like a very weird metal to place a buy in. I removed it, but I got plus 500 across my 3 accounts from that one volatility. Nice. Yeah, I need to start working on some evals because like I lost, like I have a decent amount of accounts because of Apex, but let me see, 1 2 3 4 of them are like below 2k buffer. One of them has $28 of buffer. I don't even know why it's still here. So Apex accounts where I have decent buffer is 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8 9 10 11. I have 12 Apex accounts with 2k buffer. I'm thinking about buying more accounts. I think the sale is still going. I might just buy 20 more because these accounts that have less than 1k buffer are going to blow up. I already know it. I already know it because I don't care about these accounts at all, especially when they get below 1k buffer. Like how many? So I have 5 here, 5, what I said, 12. So I have 17. I think that's it. 17, 21. So I only have 21 accounts. I need to buy, like, I need to re-up on Funded Next and My Funded Futures. I just don't feel like spending that much money. I guess I have to, right? The cost of doing business. I guess I have to. I'll buy it later tonight. I don't really know if I want to buy Funded Next accounts. Like, I've just been kind of over that firm. Maybe I should replace them with another firm, but I don't know what other firm to buy. I think maybe I will. I think Phidias is a decently known firm, and I think they have like a sale going on tomorrow. They put out a tweet where it's like, check our Twitter tomorrow for something we haven't done since Black Friday. So let me look up Phidias. So I actually started following them because of it. I don't know how trustworthy they are. Yeah, this is what they said on Twitter. We haven't done this since Black Friday. 24 hours, 1 code. I need to look at their accounts and decide. Maybe I'll also look into Alpha, like the Alpha one. Was it Alpha Firm or something? My credits for Claude did reset, so I could do some more back testing, but the overfitting problem has been like pretty bad. Like for the percent line, I added midpoints, which should be profitable, right? But something went wrong. So if taking the lines only generates about 85%, 85 something percent win rate, total P&L of 31,000 points in the last 7 years, profit factor of like 2.7, but then you add midpoints and all of a sudden the total P&L is minus 464,000 points. How is that even possible? With a 45.2% win rate. And I have an RR that's like 1 to 7, 1 to 8. Like that's like a legendary performance of like a legendary shitty performance. You have to be talented to make a strategy that's 1 to 7 RR. Wait, 7 to 1 RR with a win rate of 45%. Like you have to be talented. So something went wrong here, and I'm starting to not like this whole overfitting scenario. Like the more that I ask it to do, the more it just shits itself. I might be asking too much. Alpha Futures? Oh yeah, that one. They have a very interesting live program. I think their live program is like they pay you a salary, something like that, which is very interesting. It's like weird. It's like I think they take like all the live funding you get. Let me actually look it up. Alpha Futures Live Program. Sounds like I started hallucinating on you. That's what I'm thinking too. Like it's like generational talent to make a 7 to 1 RR be 45%. And the reason why is because if you flip it, you have an insane strategy. A 1 to 7 strategy with 55%. All you have to do is just flip your logic. That makes zero sense, right? Otherwise, I just found a gold mine, but I'm pretty sure I didn't. I'm pretty sure it just keeps fucking up. I keep going back between Gemini and Claude. I think I'm just gonna stick to Claude Pro because my Gemini stuff is free. Let's see this live program. Yada yada. Maximum is 40k per account, or 5 accounts. Yada yada. Blah blah blah. Okay, so once a trader's qualified accounts are closed, Alpha Futures will process 50% of the account's profits up to a maximum withdrawal of each account as a withdrawal request. So 1,500 to 15,000 depending on account type. With all other firms, 50% or more or all are lost, right? Or becomes the risk in the live account. But this firm uses your profits to fund the live account. So the trader contributes $5,000 from their payable sim balance, and the firm contributes $5,000. So you'll receive $10,000 of static drawdown. Okay. You have daily payouts, no consistency, no news trading restrictions, no maximum withdrawal, static non-trailing drawdown, but you have a 30% account balance DLL, yada yada. Right, here it is. This is best for traders that are looking to develop into true professionals and build a career out of trading, yada yada. The rest of the trader's leftover balance after $5,000 allocated to risk and payout is split into a 12-month monthly salary as long as the trader is a live trader with Alpha Prime. So they actually take a portion of your funds, your leftover balance, which would have been lost anyway, and they turn it into a 12-month salary. So that's like their way to entice you to keep the live account. Which is, I mean, that's that's pretty cool, right? It's very unique. Sim accounts are obviously still better, but this is a very unique and, you know, enticing offer. But the amount of people that can keep an account alive for 12 months is like astronomically low. Like the amount of money you can make in 12 months of sim trading will be way more than keeping one account, right? That started with a 10K balance. It'll be way more. Which is why I don't like live accounts. But Lucid's live program is nice because you get multiple accounts. It sucks that I only get 2, but you know, it's my fault for blowing up the other accounts. If I knew that rule, and if I knew I was getting moved to live soon, I would have kept the other payout accounts live and get moved in with 5. Okay, let me read why this is like crashing out on me. Normal day price taps 1 level, blah blah blah. On a training day like COVID, where NQ dropped 12%. Price runs through all 7 levels before the stop loss fires. Okay, that's fair, but if you're a human being, you would obviously not buy the COVID crash. So that's fair. You end up with a 7-unit position, taking a 1,081 point average loss in a single sequence. 227 sequence wiped out alone. Okay. Midpoints are generally more valuable as independent entries additionally. Right. Yes. I mean, I think it makes sense. I mean, this is so hard for me to verify 7 years of shit. But I mean, I guess it makes sense. It's just taking into account those 1 in a year absolute, or 1 in every 2 or 3 years absolute crash events, where if you scale in, it hits all your stop losses immediately. And depending on the market, a stop loss for one of the percent lines is about 250 to 350, I would say. So 7 times 250 to 350 is an immediate 2,000 point loss. But that's where human discretion comes in. This is why you can't, maybe this is not automatable. Okay, you're hinting at a scale in, which will work like this. Okay, enter 1, price keeps going in, so you enter a 2nd unit. Now you hold 2 units. Both units share a single TP based unit. He's hit both as 1. Interesting. Yeah, okay, so don't consider them DCA, but consider them as separate entries. NQ creeping up? Let's see. I'm kind of tempted to short this. Let's get it down here. I mean, let's just say fuck it and short it. Not now. Wait, where is it? Oh, it's right here. Let's do it in my... Let's make it exciting and let's do it on my payout account. So if this hits 150, I'll get another payout. The entry was right up here. I'm not gonna short now. Volume's starting to pick up. Ooh, do I want to? This should be a low priority account short, actually. let me not. It's starting to move. Even though like this, you can barely call it an increase in volume, it's still moving. Yeah, like that. That's right where it's okay. So we're past ES Globex. We're past NQ's Globex by about 15 points. I don't like when it breaks Globex. I mean, you can see why. NQ closed the gap. ES is almost there. Now I did say I want to take 6,600. Is this the start of a crazy overnight rally? Let's wait. I'm gonna wait. This random volume pop out of nowhere is kind of a red flag for shorts. 6,600 is decent, but I want to see volume. Like if we stall at 6,600, then I'll consider it. But what I'm worried about is the next candle having just as much or more volume than this one, which will get NQ up to like 180. Here's 6,600 on the same candle. I mean, do I want to consider that 15 minutes of buying pressure? I mean, technically, yes. Technically, yes. Which means my first entry should be near the top of this candle. But I need this candle to close, so I can't enter for another 3 minutes. I think what I want is like a decent pullback on next candle, and then in 10 minutes, if we get back up here, I could consider it. I'm wondering if we're a flat day for the overnight model, if we're a flat day and we break Globex, like at what point should I consider it no longer being a flat day? I have no idea. But then it's like, am I doing too much of the model, trying to overfit it to a day like this, right? Like maybe that overfit, you know, criteria or that parameter would make this day a winner, and it'll make 5 other days a loser. Yeah, I'm not gonna touch this. 6603. see if we lose some momentum here. Oh, what are the odds of this next candle going from this slight pullback to another huge green candle? All right, get me near that. Get me near this top area, and I'll consider a short. Give me one push, but not an insane amount of volume push. This is it. I'm supposed to short here. Anything past top of this green candle is just a better entry. I'm supposed to take this. All right, now go up another 1,000 points. This short criteria is usually good for 20 points, but because I doubled my entry size, when I back tested, it was for 20 points of 5 micros. But because I'm only interested in one payout day, because all I need is 151 for a 2K payout tomorrow, I'm just gonna take the 151. If I can get it. If I can make a... What's the RR to this blowing up? If this never pulls back another 8 points for my entry, 9 points, and it rockets all the way up to 4,200, 369, 370. 370 is 219. So this is a 219 to 9 trade, which is almost a 20 to 1 trade. If I can lose a 20 to 1 trade in the overnight, that'll be talent. That's talent right there. Let's get a little bit of noise here. Just a tiny amount of noise should get me out. And then I don't care what happens. All right, now hit 152 and then reverse 5,000 points. Low is 152. Oh, no, wait, the low is 1.25. All right. So just a payout scalp. The technical scalp, like technically in the overnight model, this entry is good for 20 points, which is 139. Top of this candle is what? 158.25, so 138.25. And then you would DCA in every 15 to 20 as multiple ways of accounts. But 6K secured, I won't complain about that. The only way that really would have lost is that even after a candle like this, when you see those volume explosions, I think waiting was a smart idea because I didn't know how this next candle was going to behave. Usually when it keeps ripping like right away. So I just took a scalp near the top and just hoped a little bit of noise would just give me my payout. I mean, which it did. Now I don't care what happens. You can still see NQ is still a bit stronger than ES. You can see ES made a lower low here on this candle. NQ did not. So actually shorting NQ was not a good idea. I was saying that all the way since here. That shorting NQ was not a good idea. What's up, Trade C? Any gambles tonight? For some reason, there's still a part of me that's like, short this. The overnight shorts are not like worth it on my new account. My new accounts, I usually go for 40-point scalps. Want to short too? Yeah, I just got out of all of my trades tonight were like 10-point shorts. I took a short right here. I took a short right at Globex. Then I took a short in my overnight model, which is right here. All of them are already closed. I want to short, but NQ is a stronger pair, so shorting is kind of like something you want to do here. Close the gap, 6,600. Not a big continuous pop. This one big volume explosion kind of seems like a one and done. But it doesn't mean that it couldn't have just started a trend for us to just slowly go up and up and up. So now I'm curious if I should... Well, no, now I will switch the trend to long side, because for me, if we ever get anywhere close to Globex again, I'm gonna take the long. I think this is decent enough to want to buy a pullback, at least for 10-20 points. I don't really believe in this rally, but we'll see. I mean, we're holding above 6,600 decently well. This red candle, slight tap. Let's see if we're gonna reject from this tiny pop-up of 6,600, or I mean, if we're gonna continue the rally from this hundreds point, or if we're gonna dip. If I were to long, it would be somewhere here, and then whatever 10 points is, or close out at 6,600. Not chase it. I like how exhausted we're kind of getting. You can see ES is trying to pull back NQ. Do I want to take another short? It would be on one of my payout accounts. What, 760? How many days for payout for 760? 760 is 3 days from payout. 664 is 2 days from payout. So let's do 664. The question is, do I want to do 5 micros? I've just been doing 10 micros, and it's like so nice because you get to hit your take profit so fast. The tiniest bit of noise will hit it. Doesn't matter if you're wrong or not. But the drawdowns have just been like, I mean, this account has enough drawdown to take a 200 point hit. So what are the odds that I lose a 20-1 trade, right? If I lose a 20-1 trade, I kind of deserve to lose the account. Maybe I should try like a middleman, like 7 or 5 DCA on the next green candle, or 333. I'll do it. I'll short this. I'll do it right now. Fingers are ready. If we keep falling from here, I'm not going to take the short. Waiting for 179 to short is better. Yeah, I want to short at a high. I don't want to short now. Like, especially with 10 micros, my entry has to be really good. Like, I don't like entering on red. If I entered there, I would have been in drawdown already. If I wanted to enter shorts, it would have been on anywhere within these wicks right here, which already would have taken me out for the payout day. Like, it's not the worst, just because we're trying to fall below 600, right? But it's just not efficient enough for me. And you'll find that a lot of the times I'm waiting for another dip or another rally that never comes, and then you just end up falling without me. But let's wait and see that. Just make sure that this isn't just a little fake out of just a little bit of exhaustion and then another giant green candle. Come on, bulls, show me something. I was very weak. Like, just this continued weakness just makes me want to just short this. I feel like if it wanted to rally, it would have done it like a candle. Like, what time is it? 8:21? Like 5 minutes ago. I still wouldn't hold it short for very long though. Like 10 points, that's it. And then if we hit Globex open, I'll probably consider a long. Globex open 24,000. That's what I'm thinking. We're longs. I feel like we're in no man's land. Like shorts or longs would have done pretty much nothing unless you got the best entries. Like you'll be fighting break even right now. Oh, here we go. I think I'll take one more trade this stream. And I think it might be a short. $220, $240 maybe. Let's see how this behaves. Yeah, maybe $230, $240. I mean, that looks decent. Looks decent. That's a great trading model to go by. Oh yeah, I think that looks okay. So let me put money into this trade. Famous last words. Technically, my second entry was what? 85 to no 75 to 80. What's up, Ali? Give me another green candle. Dude, it sucks that I got moved to Lucid Live because I wanted to open one of those crate boxes, but when you like if you're moved to live within like this last week or something, you're not eligible for a loot box, which sucks. I wanted that adrenaline, that little the dopamine from opening one of those boxes. Instead, I got nothing. I got nothing. One, two, three, four. I have 5 Tradeify accounts that are funded, but I can't activate them. And one of them rebuilds in 14 days, and one of them rebuilds in 17 days. So I need to like gamble one of these accounts away, or 2 of them within 17 days, which I 100% will do. But I wonder if I should start taking it more aggressively. Alright, that little short secured a small win. Nice. Trust me, you didn't miss much. I think it was just like what, like 1 coupon code. Hopefully it's just like an extra thing and they don't remove their sales, because what I think might happen is that they'll do these loot boxes, right? And then they're going to cut back on the actual sales that apply to everybody, which, I mean, it's a smart business move, right? Because then they don't have to, they can take more money, you know, in general. And then a few lucky people will get free accounts, but in the overall scheme, like, they'll be making more money. That's what I think is going to happen with these loot boxes, which I hope it doesn't, but probably will. All these prop firms have been increasing the prices. The cost of the business cost of prop firms have just been going up and up and up. Like, my spend this year should be 20 to 30% less than what it actually is. That's how much it went up by. And that might not be a lot for someone that doesn't spend like as much as I do, but like let's say you spend 10k in 1 month, right? Instead of spending 10k, you have to add another 3k, and that's just like, now I know why people will hate inflation. It's like the first time I'm operating like a business where I see it happen in real time, and I can see it getting worse, right? It's not going to get better. It will never get better. This prop firm inflation stuff, it never will. No one's going to drop prices. This is the new we're in a new age. It's the same thing with like back in the day, like you can get a piece of gum for like a penny. We will never go back to those days, and that's where we're at now with prop firms. We'll never go back to the days of $70 accounts, $77 accounts, $80 accounts, $90 accounts. It's the days of the 100 plus accounts, 100, 110, 120. All right, come back up here and I'll take a short. You gotta come back up here right on this candle though. I secured 6k in payouts, so I don't really care if anything happens to these accounts anymore. So I should talk about Lucid accounts. They just increased their prices, I think, a week ago, so I don't know when's the next time they will increase their accounts. I'd be very surprised if they increased it again within the next, I don't know, week or two. Let me see where they just increased the accounts. Probably in like what major announcements? They updated their pricing model 6 days ago. So Lucid Flex accounts just went up by $7. Wow, the 150k account went up $50. Interesting. Lucid Flex resets went up 10 bucks. Lucid 150k account resets went up 65 bucks. No, 55 bucks. If they increase account prices again the next month, I won't be too surprised, but a lot of people will be pissed. Yeah, but the loot box system, in case they remove the 40% discounts. Oh yeah, I've already done all the discount codes, so I have like the minimum amount now. I mean, to be fair, I can't even buy any more accounts because I'm moving to live, but I don't think they'll remove the 30% off coupon, because the 30% off coupon is not really a coupon. That's basically how much a prop account should cost, right? For whatever they're offering, it's about 100 bucks. If Lucid changes the flex price to 120, 110 plus, like 130, it would just either A, be a bad business decision, or B, people already trade with them so much and trust them so much and love their payouts, how fast they are, right, that they'll still buy it. Hopefully Lucid is still in that phase where they're still offering the best deals to grab market share. I don't know how much market share that they've grabbed. Probably a decent amount, because everybody recommends and loves Lucid, right? Yeah, most people want the 40% off. Yeah, default sale. I don't think they'll remove the 30% off base coupon. I think the 40% off, you can only use it 5 times, I think that's the latest one, right? Yeah, this one. I mean, even with the 30% off, the Lucid Flex 50Ks are still worth it, in my opinion. But that's just because, like, the higher price accounts, like My Funded Futures, what is it? It used to be the Scale account. I forgot what it's called. Their Flex account or something. I forget what it's called. It's like 127 bucks, and you can request a higher payout than Lucid accounts, but I take all my payouts at 2k, so at like 4k buffer, so I always take 2k payouts. So that extra, you know, payout cap per payout means literally nothing to me. It doesn't interest me at all. All it means is just that I'm paying more money, which kind of sucks. Come on, get back up there in the next candle or two. At least give me 200, and then I'll short. Did I already miss it? What was the high of this? 193? No, I didn't miss it. No. For some reason, the new Tradeify dashboard, it only works when I go on incognito. It doesn't work on my regular browser. Like, I log in and then it permanently refreshes, like, forever. Like, the screen keeps flickering. So I wonder if that's like a big issue that they know about. I mean, it's not a big deal, but like, I kind of like to have everything, like all my stream stuff in one tab or a tab group, right? All my other trading firms in one tab group, and then all my regular stuff that I use every day, like my desktop app. I don't think Tradeify has a desktop app. I mean like the prop firm. Oh no, I don't mean Tradeify. I mean like their actual dashboard, like where you can see your funded accounts, where you can buy accounts and stuff like that. I'd be surprised if they had a desktop app. That's pretty advanced for a prop firm. I'm gonna take this short YOLO. After a bump, like not now YOLO, but soon YOLO. I meant Tradeivate. Oh yeah, no, my Tradeivate stuff works fine, and I actually like how I have it set up. Like it's all pretty organized. I just don't like And the fact that I trade 2 batches at a time instead of like if I was manually trading one by one and I take one trade on every firm, so I have 7 firms with 7 accounts running across 7 firms all at once, then I would consider trade evade. But most of the time the max I have is 2 firms running, one on this screen and one on my other screen. So this stream is usually for the stream, the screen is usually for the stream, so I usually have Top Step up here, and then on my other screen I have like my other firm. So I'll just take one here, I'll just click here, and I just click on my other screen, and then I have my YouTube chat also on my other screen and stuff like that. All right, here we go. I said I would, and now I will, and now I'm gonna lose this account. Come on, 200, 203, 205. I don't want 200. Kind of want 205, but I still want to get in at 200. So I might do like this. This will give me a cost average around 205. Okay, come on. Now you're not gonna go up there. $157. I think that the next entry, if it was the overnight model, was 157 or 160. Let's just say 160, 175, and 190. Ooh, and 190 would barely get 20 points. So if I did stick with the old model with the 5 micros, I'd be fighting in 3 different accounts right now, or 3 different waves right now. I'd be fighting at 160. That's the first wave, 160-ish. 175 to 180-ish, 15 to 20 points, and then another 15 to 20 points up here. So about 195 to 200-ish. If you did account for volatility and you did 20 points, then 200, that would have already given you 20 plus points. So that would be the first wave gone, and then you'll still be in, I think, 180. So you'll still be in 2 waves of entry. Come on, get on up there. But don't slam through. All right, give me green. The wicks here weren't a bad entry. But I mean, 196, would I have taken that? I mean, I would have wanted, I really wanted at least 199. 199, 198. All right, let's see some green. Come on, get up there. All right, first entry in. Let's not go a little too crazy, okay? 150, I would need what? 156, 173. Oh, that's pretty far. Wait, where's the other three? Oh, there it is. Watch this hit 10 points from this initial entry and then slam up. So the fact that I DCA'd like for the first time in who knows how long is gonna make this trade lose. That would be legendary. I haven't done this DCA method in a little bit. I've just been kind of DCAing with accounts versus actual just entry sizes, or versus actual like contracts, which is honestly how it should be. You should be DCAing with contracts, and then once you reach a certain amount, then a new account would go in. That would keep you alive for so much longer in the worst case scenario. Why did it climb so much? I don't know. I don't. You know what? Was there any news that? Hold on. I didn't even consider it. I mean, it didn't seem like really a news candle. It just kind of felt like a big consolidation period with just tiny volume, leading to a breakout in one direction. You'll find that as things get, when there's consolidation like this, especially with this tiny amount of volume, there's usually a breakout in one direction. You'll see it happen a lot. Usually for consolidation like this is where you want to take profit if you're in a position, unless you want to gamble where it goes, but no one knows where it's going to go. No, I don't think it was anything here. Let's see. Some Japan thing? I don't think so. I don't think so. I don't think anything new came out. No news. That was pretty decent candle. That was a pretty decent candle though, about what, 60-ish points. Let's see if we keep rallying. All I need is like 10-point noise for the next payout day. Oh, I break your ears? Is the volume too loud? Let me check the... I could lower it a little bit. Let me lower it a little bit. -5. I went down 1 decibel. I'm not sure how much that is. Volume is good, don't worry. Gotcha. All right, here we go. The rally. Okay, so end with 10 now. Let's see if we'll explode here. Like 50 green candles in a row. Volume is good? Okay, good. This will be the last trade. I say that, and now watch me be stuck in this trade for 3 hours like that one time. No stop loss, as always. So, Trump, if you want to take this account, go ahead and take it. Take this account. I dare you. Actually, I don't dare you, but... No, you know what? Take it. I don't even want this account. It's not a payout account. It's still got 1 more day after this. I could hold this all the way to the low. I could go to sleep with this order running. I mean, come on, I got into the 10 micros, and then, I mean, technically I could take profit now, but like, that's so boring. I said this is my last trade, so like, you don't take a trade? Yeah, this is a trade right now, and I think I'm gonna exit right here. Let me hold on to it for a little bit. I'm just gonna exit. All right, so now this account is ready for a payout tomorrow if I do 1 more trade on it. This account, I know I said I would take 1 more trade, but I lied. If you guys know me by now, I like to lie a lot. I'll just say, oh, I'm done trading for the day, and I'm not done trading for the day. This account needs 3 more days for a payout. So if I want a cost basis around, I want a cost basis around 205-ish. This will give me a cost basis around 207, 208 if we get back up there. Oh, you said 1 more trade needed for a payout and you want to end it here? Well, this account, so all my payout accounts are already done. The payout accounts were this one, which I took earlier. This one I took before stream. And then this one I took, I think, on stream, or no, this was also before stream. So all 3 of these are available for a payout after market close. This account, which I just showed you guys, the most recent one, needs one more day after this, so I can take a payout on this tomorrow. And by tomorrow I mean Tuesday, or tomorrow's overnight session. This one needs, so this one I could take a payout Tuesday, and this one I could take a payout Wednesday if this one hits a payout day. I still want to take these tiny short scalps, but there's gonna be a candle that just absolutely destroys me. I can feel it, it's coming. Let's just hope it's not here yet. Like, you know, take out whoever is shorting when I'm not in a position. You just want to egg me on into gambling the account away, don't you, Luke? That would be entertaining though. I do that all the time. It just sucks that I can't show you guys because I do it during the New York session. I mean, when an account takes 200, 300 points of drawdown, it's very hard to come back from that. The only way to make sure that you don't let it blow up your accounts is to, I mean, there is no way. The only way is to properly disperse your accounts with account management, and then just hoping that we don't get the rarest of rare days. The new lines are set up. I think I had them as L1, L2, L3, L4. I think 90% of all days close in between L3s. Oh, I gotta make sure, I need to make sure if it's 4 o'clock close or if it's 5 p.m. close, because with the 5-minute candle data that I got from 13, I might be able to start calculating average expected close for 4 p.m. Or just like I can just calculate my data for 4 p.m. or 4:10, because that's when props force us to close. Actually a good idea. So I need to, when I get my Claude credits, I'm going to test that. But I'm pretty sure 90% of days close quote unquote, it's either 4 p.m. or 5 p.m. Close within the first 3 levels. I think the 4th level, it goes up to 93% of all days, or 94% of all days, or 95. I mean, it's so trivial, like it's so negligible, it's like 1%. From what I'm saying, I think it's like 94, 93, plus or minus 1%. What changed in market by holiday? Today's holiday? Today's technically a holiday, but markets will still open tomorrow. Today is Easter Sunday. But tomorrow is just a regular day, I'm pretty sure. It's just Monday. I would follow you though. We can both blow up our accounts. I'm interested in seeing how this new model is going to perform. Like, all I have is back-tested data, but it's AI back-tested data, you know? You have to take it all with a grain of salt. Now, Claude Pro is pretty decent, and I manually tested it for like a couple of days for like 1 week. But like the testing manually is like a giant pain in the ass, so I need to go do it more. But the entries seem consistent with what I'm looking for. So oh shit, I'm in. Okay, I'm in with 4 contracts. Now this is the last trade. For sure, this is the last one. Do I want to enter on any more accounts here? I have some Apex evals, but I don't know if I want to short this. think I'll wait for the percent lines to touch any of my other accounts. I have a funded futures that I can take on the next pop. I think I will. So I think this will be 2 accounts. I think if we hit 225, 230, 240, 235-ish, 240-ish, I'll consider a short on my other account. Less volatility? It's usually pretty, it's not as volatile in the New York sessions. Maybe that is why it's less volatile, but I think most of the Easter celebrations should be done by now. Usually Easter is like a daytime tradition, so I can't see it affecting the overnights much. All right, let's see if this is the continuation. Let's see. Ooh, do I want to do 240 or do I want to do previous day high of NQ? Previous day high of NQ is 267. But I also want to do previous high of ES, which is 6644. Decisions. Getting that high of ES would not be good news. 6644, I mean, NQ would be at like the percent line. Would it be at a percent line? No, it would be like halfway to the percent line, or like 70-ish% to the first percent line. So cost average 208. Yeah, that's literally where I wanted my cost average to be, so I mean, I guess I'm fine with this position. All right, here's the rally. Like 240, 250s, I think, is where I'll throw in my funded futures account. Funded futures family. I think that's what they're called. Apparently they're dropping new stuff for their accounts, so I wonder if my accounts will be grandfathered in, because I think they're doing like they currently have like a payout window, which is a very old tradition where like you can only request payouts like on specific days of the week. I think Apex used to do that, but it's a very, very old tradition. So I wonder if it'll be applied to my current account. And I think they're doing some other stuff like daily payout accounts or something. Change for better or worse? I think it's better. The only way I'll find out is when I read the accounts. Like if they're more expensive, then they're quote unquote better, but they're not better, right? Let me see. So this is what's coming apparently. 24-hour payout approvals, that's good. No more windows. No buffer / no payout target. Oh, it's in select plans. So like this kind of sucks for my account, because my account, to request a payout, I need to be over like 4,000. I think my next payout, I need to be over $5,000 in buffer. So like, to get another 2K payout, my account needs to be at like 6,000 buffer, which is that's a lot. Premier plan upgrade with 5 trading days. Oh yeah, Premier right now you need 7 trading days, which is that's a lot. 25k account size. I mean, that's whatever. Velocity daily payout add-on. I'm not sure. I think that's a type of account. And then upgraded dashboard with real-time updates. Real-time updates are really hard to do. I don't think anyone has successfully really done it like 100% well. But I mean, we'll see. The 5 trading days is pretty nice. 7 days is like that's a lot. 5 days is like the standard now, and it's been for a while. And a 24-hour payout approvals is gonna be nice. Because some days like I literally don't trade my account because I'm waiting for the next payout window. So we'll see. Right now, my account, my Funded Futures family account is at 4,400. Let me check how much I need to make for the next payout. I think it needs to be, my balance needs to be a minimum of 5,000. Yeah, my balance needs to be a minimum of 5,250 before I can request a payout, which pretty up there. Which firm would you say is the most similar to Lucid in terms of money efficiency and trading rules? It would have to be Top Step. Top Step is what, 109, $109 for a 50k account. It used to be My Funded Futures, but now their 50k account is 127. Apex is also decently cheap. Like, the accounts are cheap, so even if you fail the accounts, it's going to cost you not much. And the activation fee is about 119 bucks. So if you fail out of evals, that one would be, Apex would be the cheapest, one of the cheapest, right? Because for sales, like you can buy like an account for 30 bucks and then activate it for 100 or something. But if you fail it, you just lose the 30 bucks. So, but their rules are not as good as Top Steps or Lucid's. So I think I would go with Top Step. 2 more subs for 1k subs. Let's go. I've been marketing myself on Reddit a lot, and I think one of my Twitter posts did pretty well. It was like my Lucid Live post, and a lot of people interacted with it. A lot of strangers. I think Lucid is like a good name to throw out there on the internet. Increase in volume, not what I want to see. You know any code for Top Step? Top Step usually never does any codes. The last time they did a code was the Olympic winner, and that was it. And that's because, like, you know, they're non-activation accounts, so no activation fee accounts is like 109 bucks, and that's roughly the standard price for 50k accounts. It's about 110-ish bucks now with inflation. It used to be about 100 bucks to 90 bucks, right, to 80 bucks, 80 to 100 bucks, and now it's more. Why the US 10-year climb so much? I'm not sure. I'm sure it has something to do with the war news. Ooh. I forget that they do the VAT tax. I'm surprised you don't get it with like Lucid. Because I'm pretty sure Lucid is also based in because VAT I think is for foreigners, right? But Lucid I think is based in the US. One other good firm is Tradeify. Their 50K, like very similar to Lucid accounts, I think are $115 with $95 resets. Let me check. I have a decent amount of accounts with Lucid. It's $100. It's $99 for a 50K account. So basically like Lucid's account. But what's different about it is that so it's $99, but the consistency is 40%. Which means that can I even use Dash? I think I used it all. I think you only get a certain amount. Oh no, I can still wait. Oh no, mine went to 30%. Okay. But yeah, I would check out Tradeify and see if they have if they charge you VAT. Tradeify I think is based in the US as well. Still confused to why it's Topstep, but I'm pretty sure Topstep is also based in the US. Like why do some firms charge the VAT? I remember you bringing that up one time, Luke, a long time ago. The VAT stuff. I'm so curious to how that VAT stuff works because I think I had to pay. I was thinking about a flight to Korea, and they charged a VAT tax. What is VAT? That's a great question. What is VAT tax? Yada yada. So it's not a US tax. VAT is collected fractionally at every step. Businesses pay VAT on their purchases and charge VAT on their sales. VAT is commonly used in over 160 countries, particularly in Europe, Asia, and Latin America, with rates ranging from 7 to 20%. The US does not have a federal VAT, relying instead on state-level sales tax. Okay, so it's like depending on what country you're in. Who, me? I'm in the US. Tradeify has really similar rules as Lucid. Yeah, and I never really had any problems with them. Looks good. I take 3 more days to pass evals anyway. Oh, then that's perfect. Yeah. Yeah, it should cost like I sounded like you're when you said it. It's late, man. I start scrambling my words. Oh, like what country is that? Hasn't been established yet. I'm thinking about it. But yeah, Tradeify is good. Never had any complaints. Payouts are decently fast. Not as fast as Lucid, but decently fast. They don't do payouts. I don't think they do it to like your bank account. They use a separate, I think it's like, it's either, I think it's Rise. I think the bank accounts, like, payments are like the best ones. I think the ones that does the bank payments or the payouts directly to your bank is Lucid, My Fund Futures, and Apex. The options with the least hassle are the best, yeah. Those are the only 3 that I know that pays directly to your bank account. Apex does take a while though. I literally don't even keep track of my payments from Apex, because sometimes it takes like 1 or 2 weeks. So like whenever it shows up in my account, I'm just like, oh, that's a surprise. I didn't even know I was getting paid this. I just requested and I'm like, I hope it'll get sent. So I'm not even sure if there's any more coming to my bank account. I'm just trusting their bookkeeping system. And it's just because for me, because I take so many frequent payouts, but they're all dispersed like in a bunch of other places, or it's dispersed in a bunch of different days. It's a lot harder to keep track, especially if they send it very late. If they could scam you and you wouldn't even notice. Honestly, I don't think I would notice. Do you have alligator in Florida, or is it a myth? Dude, we have so many alligators here. You can go to a random lake and most likely you will find one. Yeah. The stereotypes are true. So many alligators here. Maybe if I'm bored, I'll go back and check just to see that it matches. It's very easy to check because they send you the exact amount. So like Apex is one of the only ones that pays you 100% of the money. No profit split. No 10% cut of imaginary money. No 20% cut of imaginary money. Right? So that's the one thing I do like about them. It is 100% profit split. All that money is yours. I like TBT also. I also like TBT. The only bad thing is, besides getting banned for botting, which I don't bot, right? So it was obviously wrong. But the only other thing I don't like about TBT is that they have intraday trailing drawdown in their funded accounts. It's not the worst, but intraday trailing drawdown is just like a pain in the ass. So I always full port those accounts. Because statistically, every single trade you take, you're more likely to blow up. Unless you make 2,000 plus within your first trade, every single trade you take, the amount of drawdown you have in those accounts, like the highest amount of drawdown you have in those accounts is the first day of your account at $0. You can win one, and you can win one trade for like 300, 400 bucks, and you'll still have the same drawdown. But if you lose a trade, right, and you were pretty close to take profit, you'll actually have less drawdown than you did on that first day. So the trick isn't really to take it safe unless you're trading like 1 micro, 2 micros, right? It's either you trade 1 micro, 2 micro, and you have a really good edge, and you just trade it like that for a very long time, or you just full port it. You want to pet one? That might not be a good idea. There is a place close to me where you are so close to an alligator. It's like a preserved nature area, and you can walk right along the water, and I've been so close to the alligators before, like less than 1 meter, like 1 or 2 meters was the alligator right in front of me. And they come out of the water too, and you're in the same land as them. There's nothing blocking you. 20% is crazy, yeah. Huh, thought I was gonna lose his account. All right, don't get my hopes up and then just reverse. That would be pretty mean, and that would suck. What I am worried about now is 200, like just bouncing off 200. That would also suck. Here we go, we're here. There it is, 200. Now bounce and make me lose my account. Respect from USA and using meters? Well, that's just because you, Luke, and Vladimir are probably used to the metric system, and I would be the only one, like, I guess Trade C also, wait, Trade C is wherever you're at, do you use the metric system, or like, do you use meters or do you use feet? I'm actually very curious, because I'm not gonna dox you. Okay, you doxed yourself, okay. Because like, didn't we acquire Alaska from something? This is America, man. It's us, it's me and you, Trade C, against Luke and Vlad. I'm pretty sure 1 or 2 meters. I'm pretty sure I got that right, because it was literally right in front of me, like literally, the alligator. So is it the 200 bounce that I was afraid of? From Russia a long time ago. Interesting. Yeah, that's why I was wondering if they ever took the like went to fee, or if they continued using the metric system. But I'm guessing from from This Is America that you are using feet, right? Alaska is half Russian. Are there a lot of Russian speakers there, Trade C? Oh, there are? Nice. I was my old manager at my other job, he was Russian. He says he misses the cold. I think his family is still back in Russia. I'm not sure where exactly he was from, but names of parks and streets are still in Russian. Interesting. My old manager went from Russia, like a very cold place, and then he ended up in Florida. Quite literally the exact opposite. Extremely humid, hot. Maybe he doesn't miss the cold as much as he hates the hot here. And he misses like the normal temperature of where he's from. What do you mean by that? Oh well, my old manager was from Russia, but I'm not sure where. And Russia is pretty big, so I don't think I would have remembered. But he was a pretty cool boss. That's what I get for not taking my take profit here at 195. I just didn't want to end the stream, man. I do like how NQ is getting a little bit weaker, but ES is the if ES wants to go up, it's gonna keep pulling NQ up, and that's what it looks like it's gonna do. Oh, you were tradesy? Oh, interesting. I never knew that. What's the best learning resources, materials such as complete newbie? Also, how many hours a day? I'm not sure, Fareed. There's so many things out there. Most of it is not really profitable. Like, you can learn some stuff, but it's more about how you apply it and how you make your own models. I personally trade all my models, and I made them all by myself. There's no influence from anything. You were born in May. Oh, interesting. That's probably why you're so tech savvy. A lot of people in Russia are like extremely tech savvy. Like, my manager was super smart, and he knew all about the him and his friends knew all about the like internet security, all like the new technology. Yeah, of course, Fareed. I don't know how many hours a day. I think the most important thing is you just got to put time into the charts. There's no better teacher than, you know, trading the charts. Like, some of my models came from literally just staring at the charts, and I just thought about something to try, and then I back tested it. But yeah, but the number one thing is that you should never use money that you can't afford to lose. Okay, trading is not meant to be your primary source of income. No one's primary source of income should be something that they can lose money in. Just not safe, especially if you have a family. It's not safe. The more cold in Russia is the Republic of Sakha is colder. Minus 30 is normal. Dude, I would never want to get out of bed if it's minus 30. I would just stay inside the whole day, put on the heater, and just stay inside. You were up 500 on that red drop, missing profits. Yeah, no, same here. That's kind of what's gonna bite me in the butt here. How is this not going down? If ES doesn't want to go down, NQ is going to keep going up with it. ES kind of decides everything. What's up, Ryu? Yeah, I had the chance to take profit, but I mean, even if I lose this account, it's not the worst. It's not the end of the world for me. I secured, I think, 6K today. So if I lose this account, it'll be like, I mean, it wouldn't even be annoying. I would just be like, eh. Didn't you have TP target at 198? I kind of did, but it literally happened in like a split second and we were already out of there. But my TP target should have actually been, it could have been 198, it could have been 199, and it would have been fine. What are the odds that we never reach 199 ever again, right? What are the odds? Hopefully low. Come on, NQ, you see this? You see this inverse hammer? You're not inversing. You see this? You should be down here. Come on. Get down here. You don't want to be up there. It's possible, but who knows? Who knows? This may be the death of this account. Love to travel to Yakutsk. Just experience that amount of cold weather. Wait, I think I watched a documentary about that place, of people living there. It's like one of the coldest places. They need to wick the fair value gap. I mean, we'll see. We will see. It's not looking like it's slowing down anytime soon. I said 240 is my next ad, right? I did say that for my other funded account. $240, come on, give me 240. Give me 240. You watched a few documentaries? Okay, so I think that is the one that I saw then. If you also watched it, I'm pretty sure that's the one. Visit Dead Horse in January in Alaska. That's an interesting name. Is it just as cold? You're in Saratov in Russia, but Yakutsk, no way, so cold you can die. Dude, it's so crazy that humans are like living there. It's like the conditions are not meant for humans. It's like so bad. I feel like, I'm pretty sure it's like cold almost year round or something. Missed my TP at 199, then missed my ad at 240. This is going great. This is going perfect. Now reverse all the way down to 24208, giving me the chance to break even, and then rally all the way back up. Just to punish my mismanagement. Loves to visit Russia, period. Hopefully one day geopolitics will permit that. Is there anything you have to sign up for, or like, is it closed from the US? You entered at 37, they feel like we're gonna go to 40. 37 was decent. I was looking at 35 to 45, I think I said. I think that's what I said what my next ad was. Like 35-ish. Yeah, I said 35 to like 45. That was literally already 20 points. And now it's gonna tease this again, and then I'm gonna lose this account. I can feel it in my bones. You live Siberia and Russia, so much nature. Oh dude, I love places with great nature. For sure. 37.2 here. Assumption is US citizens cannot travel to Russia. Interesting. I wonder how my manager, maybe that's why my manager can't go back. I wonder if he renounced his citizenship because, man, I didn't bother asking. All I asked was if he had family back home. My old manager at my previous job, he was Russian, and yeah, maybe that's why. I'm curious how or why he came here to Florida specifically. I think it was for like a job opportunity or something. Or did he go to school here? Man, that was like a year ago when I talked to him. No, it was like 7 months ago. Oh shit, there was a power outage like 2 miles from me. That would have been hilarious if there's a power outage and I can't close my trade. And I just gotta sit there, and then I didn't have a take profit. And then imagine we had the craziest crash out day that's worth 1,000 points. And then this account will be up. Like, how much is 1,000 points from here? I mean, let's see how much 100 is. As I just fantasize about a big number. 208. 208, so I need 108 times 10. That would be 20,000. That would be sick. Yeah, thanks to Trump. Yeah, he loves causing trouble. What did he want longing NQ? Technically my overnight model is valid. It's still valid. I stopped taking it after like 10 or 11. So I stopped taking it around like this area. My overnight model says we would need, there's been 0 long opportunities here. It would have to be red can, like, you know, the usual 15 to 20 minutes of selling pressure. But I was actually looking for longs, like at Globex Open. I wanted a dip to here to long it. We just never got the opportunity. And then we never had any sort of dip, any sort of selling pressure for even 10 minutes. Look, higher high, higher high, higher high, higher high. Oh, break, like not even, barely a lower low. Higher high, higher high, higher high. One lower low, and then higher high, higher high. Not really a higher high, but no lower low, no lower low. Okay, one lower low, barely a lower low, and then, you know, higher high. There's been no pullback according to my criteria that I want to buy in. But if, you know, somebody could say that this is the start of an uptrend, and if they want to bet that it's an uptrend day and we keep going up, well then, you know, no matter where they enter, it would be, you know, decent, right? But not for me. You guys are already 27 points in profit. Are you guys taking it, or what's going on? You guys want to be greedy? You guys want to be greedy and get the 40 points by taking my take profit right here? 199. So that way we can all lose money if this all goes up. You guys are with me, right? You guys are with me? You know, financial is not like what you see in TV. Yeah, man, politicians always fuck up things for us normal people regardless of country. Yeah. I mean, politicians, I really don't support any single side just because everyone kind of sucks. You're out? Dude, come on, man. Now it's gonna keep going up, and now you guys are all gonna win and I'm gonna lose. That's not fair. I can imagine you've been living in Mexico for years, and Mexico's like what is shown on the news in the US. I think it's like the media game, you know, how like they portray in a way to, like, you know, kind of spread propaganda. I'm out too, sorry man. Dude, fuck you guys. Now I'm gonna lose this account all by myself. You guys are the worst. Everybody is always getting better fills than me. But yeah, it's like propaganda stuff. That's why I don't listen too much about the news. You're still in? Let's go. No cartels in Mexico like on TV, most definitely. In the eastern half and northern parts of Asia, the population is more Asian looking. Interesting. It's actually very interesting. Now we will enter along. Dude. What's worse is that, like, I don't, like, longs aren't the worst idea in the world. I mean, if you were a trend continuation trader, I mean, this just looks like a trend, right? Of course there is, but they don't go randomly hunting for foreigners like the news says. Too late for long. The long opportunities were like probably like 50 points ago. But I mean, some people would chase a long like this. Same thing with how people that would trade news candles. They would take a breakout candle and chase it with a stop loss underneath this breakout candle with this huge volume. And the idea is that, okay, you want to bet that this is the start. This candle specifically is the start of a long trend, and it's invalidated when this candle is taken out, which is at 24085. There's been really no good entries. Like a decent entry would be like the 50% mark, 40% mark, but I mean, you got like what, like a 10% pullback? Like, that's a very small pullback. Depends on the area. Damn, Mexico. I've always wanted to go to a resort there. One of my friends, they went to for their honeymoon, they went to a resort there. All you can eat, all you can drink. Interesting. It's the same thing that people do with a news candle. You know, the idea is that this news, or, you know, whatever it is the driver of this upward momentum. So, you know, the idea gets invalidated when the news candle gets taken out, right? Because if you wanted to, the idea is that if you wanted to buy the news and follow the rip, you know, why would you want the price to dip below the news candle, right? That's the whole idea. Cancun, I think they went to Cancun. One of the first towns I lived in, one of my neighbors is a narco. I found it the hard way because we were drinking together one night. Thought told me they don't give a shit about don't give a shit about what? Oh, about like foreigners and stuff? I think that's an easy way to find out. There could have been a lot worse ways to find out. Like, I don't know, you witnessing a crime. You do live in the safest cities / states in Mexico. It's called I'm not gonna pronounce that. What's up, vegetable? Yeah, they went to Cancun, I'm pretty sure. That's where all like I think the big name resorts are. Cancun. Little head and shoulders starting to form. Let's lower that right shoulder a little bit, huh? Let's bring that right shoulder down a little bit. Just a tiny bit, you know, not asking too much. Let me check the mag 7, see how it's doing. Mag 7 all turned decently positive. Nvidia is still negative 0.13. Google is 0.14. Over here, there seems to be a lot of Mexican people that love Russians too. You really like the cities in the far east of Russia, mixed between Russian and Asian culture. How's traveling around in Russia? Are there like are the trains pretty good there, or what's like the primary source of transportation? Because I know some places you can like, I think go to Europe and you can take a train to literally almost anywhere. I think I was watching like a train. What is it called when they hop on trains? Train something documentary. It's been a dream of mine for years to get the trains that runs all the way through the country of Russia. Oh, okay, so there are a lot of trains. Gotcha. Or the transportation of trains is pretty good. I watched a documentary of someone just like hopping on a train, just going. I don't know where they ended up, but they just went. Yeah, it's that simple. You can just take a $20 flight from Berlin to London during summer. Dang. Wait, that's like insanely cheap, actually. I wonder how the distance from Berlin to London is compared to like a US equivalent. Where are we going? Where are we dropping in? Where's the battle bus going? Because I think I saw a comparison of like, because I'm pretty sure in Europe you can drive an hour or two and you're in a whole different like country or state, but in Texas you can drive for 18 hours and you're in Texas, which is like insane. I was an intern for a company in Texas during one of the summers, and then my intern buddies were all like, all right, let's go to the beach. It was like on a Saturday or something. And then I checked the location on Google Maps and I was like, guys, this is like 12 hours away. It's Saturday, we work Monday. You drive there, you drive back, that's 24 hours already gone. Also, why are we going to a beach in Texas? I didn't even know they had beaches. Google size of Slovenia? What is the size of Slovenia? 7,827 square miles. I feel like that is very small. What is the size of Slovenia compared to a US state? Slightly smaller than New Jersey. I'm pretty sure New Jersey is very small. Oh, Texas is 33 times larger than Slovenia. Okay, compared to Florida. Okay, Florida is 8 to 9 times larger than Slovenia. Gotcha. So it's like if you like cut Florida in half, and then in half, and then in. Dude, I'm pretty sure you just live like in my city, like the size of my city, or like the next couple of cities over. I love Mamacita's Latina so spicy. That is hilarious. There's cars flying in Russia too. Back in 2009, I drove from Central Texas to New York City. You're not lying about how long it takes to get out of Texas, dude. Yeah, and you started in Central, right? Imagine starting in South or close to the border. That probably would have added like another 8 hours. Same. Yeah, Texas is freaking big. What is Slovenia known for? I'm pretty sure is Luka Doncic from Slovenia? Where is Luka Doncic from? He is from Slovenia. Okay, so that's what he's known for. And I'm pretty sure and this is something that you might know, Luke. Isn't Nemesis also from Slovenia? I remember him talking about he's like we got Luka Doncic. Oh, he was born there. Yeah, he is. Mickey is too. Oh, interesting. One time I went to drink a coffee with my friend in the afternoon and I finished in another country in a nightclub. That is hilarious. That's actually very cool though. Trump's wife is from Slovenia. Which wife? Did he change wives at any point, or is it still that one girl that? Oh, dude, I don't even know. And so is Crowny. Interesting. Why is there so much league talent in Slovenia? Who's Trump's wife right now? Who is Trump's wife? Like, oh yeah, Melania. Oh, she is Slovenian, yeah. Partying in Europe is nuts. I love the electro music. I've been getting into it because my friends have been going to raves and stuff. But like Europe is like the birthplace of like the bass electric techno kind of stuff. So I'm sure like the raves and like the parties there go like absolutely insane. I'm actually going to some kind of rave, I think in like 2 weeks here in Florida. Not as crazy as the Europe one, I'm sure. And all of the EDM talent I think are there. Berlin is the place for that. I lived in Germany from 2000. Dude, Ryu, you've been literally everywhere. You lived in Germany from 2004 and 2007, and my god, partying and nightclubs there were insane. Let's go. You're out of your short there with 1500 for my eval. Nice trade. Nice, man. I'm still in. I'm not out yet. If this gets everyone out besides me in reverses, I'm gonna be so mad. You just give everyone else the trade besides me. That would be funny though. That would be very funny. Berlin is a place for that. A lot of EDM and technical talent are in EU. Back when I was in like middle school, like the whole dubstep scene was just getting here on in the US, and like and EU was like they had their own genre. It was called like UK step or something like that. UK Euro step? UK something. Remember, bro? I'm fucking old. Yeah, but I feel like, I don't know. I feel like in my entire life I haven't moved that much. And if I just doubled, right? If I doubled my age and doubled the amount of places that I've lived in or been to, it's not, well, it's not that you've been, it's like I've only been around like the States versus you've been to Mexico, right? You live where you are now. You lived in Germany. Did you live in Japan by any chance? And I think you probably lived in the States at one time. Dude, Mr. Worldwide, he's been everywhere. Asking if you lived in Japan for travel tips? Yeah, that is true. Oh, let's go. I'm finally out. All right, now the market can do whatever it wants. But my friends already have they already had their travel itinerary because they just went last month or 2 months ago. You joined the army at 19 to get away from the States where I grew up. Yes, I was born in Okinawa, but grew up in the States. Gotcha. Yeah, dude, 41 is not that old. Plus, Ryu, like you got to think about it. COVID took like what, 4 or 5 years from you, so technically you're in your 30s. Technically, that's what I told my nephews when I saw them. I think for Chinese New Year's, they called me Unc, and I was like, huh? I was like, they were like, dude, you're like 26. Yes, you're an Unc, and I'm like, guys. COVID took 4 or 5 years away from me. Okay, so I just turned 21. I just am allowed to drink now. So give me 4 or 5 years, right? During those 4 or 5 years, you couldn't do shit. So you got to give those to me. I'll take that. Let's go. Exactly. You re-entered short. What's your cost average trade seat? Did you re-enter short here or like up above 230s? Just now? Is this the infamous M pattern? 203. It's got decent pickup in volume. And you can see NQ is actually weaker than ES right now, with this hitting a lower low. So it's decent for a short, but I mean this trend is so strong. I'm happy to be out. I'm not touching this. I was literally stuck at the US embassy in Baghdad during most of COVID, man. Dude. Yeah, and I'm pretty sure you literally couldn't go anywhere, like with the COVID restrictions, like not just for transportation, but just being out in the public. Head and shoulder for sure. What is that? So are we, so like, okay, so like down, right? I only know like the classic patterns, like triple top, double top. Those ones are very easy to remember because it's at the same place. No international flights. I think one of my friends during high school, she got stuck somewhere, but it wasn't for COVID. I think, I forget how it's like, but I think for so she was Jewish, and I think every year they get like I forget what it's called. It's called like it's not called a journey, but it's called like, it's something where they can go back to either Israel or to some place. And I think it's paid for by something, a venture or something. Ah, shit, what was it called? And she ended up stuck in Jordan because I think there was like a terrorist threat, or like it was literally war torn, so she was stuck there for like another month. She literally couldn't leave. Dude, I would be shitting myself. I forgot what it's called. It's called like, it's like a synonym of like adventure or like venture or journey, something like that. I don't know if any of us here are Jewish. I have one Jewish friend. I don't think he is as like religious as that one girl that was in high school. Jordan's a nice country. I've never been to Europe at any time. I got to go to Europe and hit up Luke. I have no clue. Dude, I'm trying to rack, like, there's like webs in like my brain, you know, those gears trying to spin. There's not enough W2, so it's just like creaking. It's not spinning at all. Ever since coming out of like college, I've been getting dumber every single year. I used to be so good, like even mental math. I would be on stream trying to calculate something for you guys. I'm just like, what the fuck is it? And I had to pull up the calculator app. When you come to Berlin, we go to a rave or techno party. Oh, dude, hell yeah. That would be so cool. Same. I think it's just because, like, you know, I was learning and applying math every single day for engineering, and now, like, with AI, I don't even have to think, which is very bad. I gotta keep my brain sharp. I gotta download those word games. You need to take Luke up on his offer. I gotta figure out a time or some time to go to Europe. Germans know how to party, dude. That would be so cool. I wonder if my friends want to go. The ones that I'm going to Japan with. One of them, his wife has been to Germany. She took in high school. She took German. She went to Germany to study abroad. So I think she stayed there for 2 years. But she was too young to do the whole party stuff. But I'm sure she still drank and partied. Best drunk food for me is a doner kebab. Dude, I love kebabs, and I love a lot of Middle Eastern food. Berlin is expensive or not? That's a good question. I'm gonna see my friends are down to go there maybe like next year or like the next 2 years. I don't know what's in their bucket list. Define expensive. That's a great question. We'd have to do some euro to XYZ conversion. That way we all know how much it would be. What part of Japan are you going to? Dude, Ryu, I have no idea. I'm like the type of guy that just goes with the flow. All my friends, they're the ones making the plans, but we have an Airbnb booked, and I'll tell you exactly where that is to dox myself, of course. It is in 2-bedroom 9-bed place in Shinjuku. So that's where we're going. We'll probably get that metro pass or the train pass, because we'll be there for 2 weeks. So I'm assuming we're not just gonna stay in Shinjuku. Dude, go to Okinawa. Dude, they probably definitely want to go there. I don't think they went there last time, so they'll probably consider it. Because I think one of the reasons why we chose this is because it's a 7-minute walk to the Yamanote line, 2 minutes walk from Okubo station, so we're close to like train stations. I think that's one of the reasons why we chose this place. I'm biased because I was born there and I have family there, but it's gorgeous. That's what I heard, and I think they definitely want to go there. I don't think they went there last time. They went to a place. Where were they? Because I remember the bar they went to. They had a specific bar that they would always go to every single night. It was called Barsai. I'm not sure. Barsai, Japan. I don't know if it's like a chain or. Oh, here it is. Barsai. They were in Tokyo. They were in Tokyo, Shinjuku City. So that means they probably didn't go to Okinawa, which means that they probably want to go this time, because they said they wanted to. They said they were sad they couldn't explore more, more like quote unquote states. I recommend Ishigaki. That's the island I was born and where my family is. Oh, cool. I'll definitely put that in itinerary. Ishigaki. Oh, this place looks pretty. This looks pretty beautiful. It's like very like nature like. Introducing Ishigaki, a paradise island in Japan. Man, the water there looks insane too. It reminds me of the Bahamas, you know, the super blue water. It's closer to Taiwan than Tokyo, bro. Interesting. Yeah, I'm gonna see if I can get that to that list. I'm sure that they would love to visit an island or things like that. That would be so cool. I only have visited Asian country in my life, like Kazakhstan and Mongolia, closer to Russia. In Kazakhstan, they speak Russian too, because of the USSR. That's pretty good that they spoke Russian. One of the like I don't know if it's like the scary thing about traveling, but one of the things that I was worried about is that like we're not gonna be able to speak anywhere. My Instagram and TikTok handle is the same as here, and I have pics and videos from my last visit here if anyone wants to see. Could you send it on the Discord? I'll take a look at it. I wouldn't even know where you'd put it. I mean, you could just put it in general, or and just tag us, or I can make like I can make an off topic, off topic text channel. You want to visit Mongolia so bad? Yeah, I'm gonna add an off topic one. Yeah, DM me. Yeah, no, that'll be cool. Just send me a DM. I don't think anyone else in the Discord knows, like, they're probably not here. I don't know what we're talking about. I want to travel to Mongolia so bad. I heard like the barbecue and stuff there are like I keep seeing like on my TikTok, it's like the number of cattle or like the number of animals they have there outnumber humans by like a crazy amount. My Trade to Fight live account's finally live. Bit scared to trade them this week, but I have a feeling your session is going to be great. We shall see. We shall see. I feel like what I'm going to do is I might, one of these like $0 accounts, I'm going to wait for Tuesday. Oh wait, no, it's 8 p.m. I can't straddle it. What I was gonna do is I was gonna straddle it an 8 p.m. news candle, like straddle it like this. Baby, going to eat dinner. I'm fucking all right, bro, peace out. I don't think I might stream for much longer. It's already 10 here, but I'll be on tomorrow. But send me that DM. I was gonna straddle the news, but I think what I will do is that if Trump drops any news during this market, I need to read it first, because right now, like the past 6-ish news events has just been you literally just follow the news candle. So I might literally just take one of these accounts and just full port it with like 2 minis into a news candle if we get one, and then cut it at like 100 points or something. I mean, that would be like 4K or something, and it's a new account, so I don't care if I lose this account. I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna wait and see if we get anything today or tomorrow, because I think Trump said Tuesday, but it's gonna be at 8 p.m. Tuesday 8 p.m. so I can't trade this. You're still streaming? Just held off an hour ago? I mean, yeah, well, I was still in a position for a while. Usually when I'm in a position and it's not too late, I like to keep showing it. So this was the position I was in. So all green for all my trades tonight, which, I mean, with a huge negative RR, I mean, that's expected, right? But then, I mean, we had pretty good talks with everyone here. Travel plans, stuff like that. I mean, we talked about a whole bunch of different stuff. I have a pretty cool community, so it's not super boring. But if I was just here streaming to like myself, I'd probably just hop out at like I usually just stream for like an hour and then hop out, but I don't really have any like technically in the overnight, like what, it's 10 already, so if I'm not in a trade and it hits 10 to 11, I basically don't take it anymore. But the 15 minutes of selling pressure was right about here, but the entry was right down here for a long. Right now there's no more entries. There's no more trading this for me. Streaming is so much more fun when you have human interaction. Yeah, no, for sure. It's like so boring when you're doing it by yourself, especially trading, because so much of it is waiting, right? Like I could just put something on just to put something on, but like if I do, it would be one micro if it's not part of any model, just so people that stop by and find me, right, they can see something actually going on. But it's also cool to talk to a whole bunch of different people. Like we're all from different places, so it's pretty cool. What's your strategy to pass evals fast? Well, the first thing to do that is you need a good amount of money. You need a good amount of you need a good budget. If you don't, you're not supposed to pass evals fast because they're going to cost you a shit ton of money. So the reason why I pass evals fast is because I full port them every single day. I either pass them in the minimum days or I blow up the account, and then I just reinvest and buy more accounts because I have payouts that can reinvest into those eval accounts. So that's literally it. I full port with 1 or 2 minis. That's it. That's the strategy. Of course, I use like, you know, my percent line strategies, right? But like I'll even take like a B or C setup and just go in with 2 minis. I don't know, NASDAQ up, but news is bad. No, the news is it's bad, but we don't know for sure yet. So here's the thing, Vlad. If you were somebody that was trading the actual stock market and you heard the news, right? So you wanted to keep selling and short everything and keep shorting and keep shorting and keep shorting. And then Tuesday, Trump says, we have officially signed a peace treaty. All our troops are going back home. So you're short and you're exposed down here, right? And then you get a candle like this. Same thing happened here. Look, it happened right here. This candle, right? So this is what the market makers and hedge funds are being careful of. And this news candle wasn't even like a peace treaty. It wasn't anything signed, and we got almost 1,000 points. So that's why I'd be very surprised if we end up like above here today or all the way down here today. I think for the next today and tomorrow, we're just gonna be in a range. It's a big range, but I feel like we're just gonna be in a range like this. Somewhere here. I don't think anyone wants to be overexposed, right? Where are we at? 232? Yeah, I think this is the range we're going to be in for the next 2 days until Trump says some news, and then we're going to go either up here or down here. Or if Trump wants to do the whole dodging game and it's like, oh, we're going to actually meet next week, right? What's going on? What is this? It's pumping hard? Yeah. Good thing I got out right there. I was debating on being greedy just to leave trade running, but news? Iran meteors make effort for 45-day ceasefire. If I got caught in another news event, I'd be so pissed. This is what happened. Yeah, well, that's my thought process. I could be wrong, but that's just what makes sense to me, right? Like, imagine you were an investor of a whole bunch of money, millions and millions of dollars, right? That one news event, like, they don't like to gamble, right? Because you could lose so many of other people's money. No one's gonna give money to your hedge fund anymore or anything. Final effort for 45-day ceasefire. I don't even know what this means, man. Like, is anything signed? And 45-day ceasefire, like, I guess we're not having a peace treaty anytime soon. What's your base sizing on the funded accounts? My base sizing is 5 micros to 20 micros. I take 20 micros on like one new funded account per day. So like I can choose to go on this account, and if I wanted to, and I can say, okay, I don't think we're gonna keep rallying all the way up here, and I think we're gonna drop and end up somewhere here. What I can do is I can stack shorts here, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, 2, all the way up to a cost, a total of 2 minis, right? And I just hold on to it. I hold on to it until I hit about 2 to 3K. And then if I want to go on another one, so this one could be 2 minis, this one would be 1 mini, and this one is probably 5, or no, this one is probably 5 micros. That's how I would split it, rather than going 2 mini, 2 mini, 2 mini, 1 mini, 1 mini, 1 mini, right? I would split it up like that. If you don't have a lot of accounts, if I personally only had one account, I would only do like 1 mini max. Technically, you should be, their position size should be 5 micros max, but let's be honest, no one is trading below 5 micros. Except for Luke, but Luke does very well. So maybe we should be trading less. Luke is very good at DCAing. He's very, very good. And I think it's because he found me so early, so I put it DCA into his head. Like, he DCAs better than me. So he's very good at it. It's like somebody like taking music class as a child. Like, they learn so much faster than if an adult was to try to pick up a guitar or a piano. So Luke is actually learning very fast. Actually not a bad strategy to trade up 2 to 4 micros copy trade across 20 accounts. I actually don't copy trade across 20 accounts. Just because if you copy trade across 20 accounts, okay, think about it like this. Let's say I take one account short here. This is account 1. And I take one account short here. 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 All of them are 5 micros. And Trump takes a tweet and we go up here. This account dies, and then it brings it back down because it was BS news. Okay, this account made money, this account made money, this account made money. Now imagine if I was short here with all 5 or all of my accounts, right? 20 plus accounts. One Trump news, dead. 20, dead. The time it took me to build this up is probably months, right? If it's trading that small, it's going to be with controlled risk. Yes, it is controlled, but you can't decide when Trump wants to tweet. I was literally caught in this short. None of my accounts survived. That was short here. I was caught in this short. I was caught because I think I was doing a percent line trade. I was caught like right here, or like right here, and then went up 400 more points. 400 more points, even with 3 micros on this level, you're not surviving this. In a 2K account, all your accounts are now gone. It was the first thing you explained to me. Yeah, it's like one of the most powerful things that not a lot of people teach, right? So, but imagine if you went one account here, 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 dead, 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 maybe dead, made money, closer to a payout, right? For me personally, I want to, this is my style. This has always been the style. You know, I show you guys me trading this every single time, right? But instead of like 1 1 1 1 1, I might do like 2 2 2 2, just because I have so many accounts. But some people do that. Some people do copy trade and they just lower their risk by a lot, right? But you put yourself at risk for something like this to happen. And remember, all it takes is one funded account to get to a payout, a 2K payout, and you'll pay for almost 20 evals, right? When you spread your risk, your odds of winning just go up. And you only die on the most ridiculous of days. That's how I set myself up, right? I'm not there yet as I don't have enough funded. Yeah, it took me about a year to get to 16 to 20 funded. If you go back to my Reddit posts, I think in my earliest days I was like, hey guys, I have like 11 accounts or 10 accounts. My goal is to get to 16 by the end of the year. Like all the way back, like way back in the day, like when I first started posting. Okay, you go to sleep. It's 4 a.m. here. Lost 200 on the short. Damn. Yeah, you got caught in a news trade. It happens. Very unlucky. But have a good night, man. Or have a good night. Sleep well. Let me see if I can. Yeah. So in the beginning, this was 6 months ago. I had like 5 accounts. Yeah, right here. So 8 months ago, I only had 8 funded accounts. That's the max. And I said, my goal is 16 funded. It's like by the end of the year, right? So it took me about a year to build up to 20 plus. That's how long it took me. Yeah, you too, Vlad. God bless. What's your percentage passing rate roughly? I usually pass 2 or 3 by 5. Depends on performance. I don't pass nearly that much. Just because of how aggressively I trade them. I would say I pass maybe 1 out of 5, 1 out of 6. It all depends on performance. Sometimes I'll pass, you know, 2 or 3 out of 5, same as you. Maybe sometimes I'll get a little better just being really lucky on a trade. Maybe sometimes it's like it's even worse, right? But yeah, I literally don't even have the stats for it. Just because like I can't count all the stats, so I just like all the stats that I currently count is just like how much money do I take out a month and how much money do I put in a month, and that's it. Got it. If it's in the 1 to 5, that means you're really pushing for max payouts to cover the expenses. I wouldn't need a max payout really. Is it 1 to 5? There's no way, right? Maybe. I guess that does sound kind of right. Dude, I have no idea. All I know is that like when I check the bank statement for my income budget, like my ROI is about 4-ish. I'm sure my ROI could be better if I take evals slower, but with the way that the prop firm space is going, like I'm pushing hard before it gets worse. Because the golden age of prop firms was last year. That was the end of it. Now we're in like it's not as good, and it will never be as good. So what happens if it gets worse? Well, if it gets worse, I need to push and keep my ROI at 3 to 4 like right now, like this year, right? Now it's a very bad idea because now I'm thinking short term, right? And when you're trading, you should not be thinking short term. You should be thinking long term. Short term actually really poisons your mindset, because then you're thinking, I need to make this much, I need to make it now, I need to, and it's a very bad mindset. I'm not at the point where it's like I need to, right? But it's always a better mindset to have just long term. Focus on your goals. Like I have a goal this year. My goal is 500k. Okay, I'll just focus on it, right? But this year I want to push more aggressively, just because what happens if next year the prop firm space gets worse? And it totally could be, right? I'm considering that if you have that many evals, and there's got to be some failed fundings in there from there. Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. I don't even. It's so many. It's so many payouts, so many failed evals, so many failed fundings that I can't even keep track. That's just me being honest, right? All I keep track is ROI and what's in my bank account. All my risk management. Some people do risk management in their prop accounts. All of my risk management is in my bank account. I never let my bank account reach below a certain amount. And whenever I reach a specific amount in my bank account, I transfer it all to Fidelity and put it into a high yield savings account to help with the tax hit. I'm estimated to pay about 6 figures in taxes this upcoming year. So right now my risk management needs to be in my bank account, even though it always has been. Yeah, I think what you're saying makes sense. Rush those evals. Yeah, it only makes sense if you have a bunch of payouts to reinvest, and then it's like the cost of time, right? It's like the cost of time. Why would somebody pay more money to take a plane ticket to fly somewhere versus just driving there, right? Driving there would be cheaper, a lot cheaper, right? But like businesses will pay you to take a flight. So like for my work, they'll pay for my flight, even though I live right here. So they just pay for my gas, but they pay for other people's flight, right? Because they just want to get them there. And my company, they have X amount of money, who knows how much. And all they care about is the time, right? So at one point, the time becomes a bottleneck to your profits. Took me a while to get there, but I'm sort of there. But who knows? Maybe I'll have a really red year this year. Not year, but month. Oh, maybe year. I don't know yet, but maybe this will be the first red month I have. I don't know. It's starting to feel a little weird. I just gotta lock in. Man, we are really running, huh? Are we at the previous day high already? Oh, we blasted through the previous day high. Previous day high was 2466. We are at 300. Dude, this is what I meant. I was literally describing this as the news trade to YOLO one account. You wait for a news event, you wait to see if it's even a little bit good or bad, and then you just full port into one direction. I think the news event was what, right here or right here? I think it was like right here. I was already 60 points, 20 contracts. It's already 2K. That's if you want to cut it right here. I'm gonna wait for the percent line taps though. Do you have a trade on here with your model? I do not. We are in an uptrend. There's really no shorts here until we get to a percent line. We're not close to a percent. We're sort of close to a percent line, but I don't think we'll reach there yet. And I really don't like it when we reach a percent line in the middle of the night, because usually that means it has enough juice to keep going up. Like, I really don't like it. The past couple times where we reached a percent line the overnight, it ended up being a pretty strong trend up or down. So the reversals was not helping. The last one was April 1st. So April 1st, we hit a percent line at 10 o'clock, right? So 4 hours after market open. And then the low of that day was 200 something points below that first tab. So I don't think I'll take the first line. I think I'll take the second line. And then I honestly think it could have went lower, but I think some news boosted us up into the green for April 1st. No, it was April 2nd. April 1st was like the overnight of April 2nd. So on that day. I'm pretty sure some news came out, which is why it was like a huge rally up. It was very rare to close. I think it closed green. I remember that day I was doing, according to my data analysis, there was a 10% chance of that day closing green. No, it was like 5%, 5 to 10%. So, just made my first live account trade for $25 scalp. I had no chance of holding on to this account. Still nervous. Yeah, you shouldn't be trading with any emotion at all. When I take trades, you guys will see me. I think in the last stream, I literally took like $2,000 of drawdown. Maybe, no, I don't think it was 2,000. I think it was like 1,500, 1,200, maybe 1,500. And I literally like literally, it just felt like another day. Like nothing was happening to me. I wasn't excited. I wasn't sad. Nothing, right? That's how you're supposed to trade accounts. You can be annoyed. You can be like, oh, really? Like the way that I cope with it is that, according to my percent line models, they all blow up on a rare day that's under 5%. So the way that I cope with it is that if I lose the accounts, I'll just be annoyed because I'm like, seriously, it was a 5% day. And that's the day that I lose, right? And that's okay for me. And that helps me take the emotions out of my trades. All my models I trust so much that if they lose, and I could literally lose all my accounts, and I'll probably just be, well, I guess I would be a little frustrated because first of all, I would only lose all my accounts on like not even a 1% day. It would have to be the most insane day known to man. Like actually the most insane day. And I would have had to been so unlucky with, it would have had to been like a straight shot and I was dumb enough to keep gambling into the short, and it would have to keep going up for like 1,000+ points. So it would have to end up on a full green candle, a full green daily candle that goes up probably 1,500 points, right? I use something very similar for evals, trying to switch approach on funded, trying to hold on to them a lot longer. Yeah, I think, you know, in the beginning, it's not about taking as many payouts as you can, even though a lot of people think that. In the beginning, it's about finding a model that you know and trust so much that you're willing to lose your account over it. I'm willing to take my trades live on stream, you know, and I'm willing to take my trades every single day, and I'm willing to lose accounts over them. That's how much I trust them. And that should be the first step of how people, of what you should look for if you're still like trying to find your way. A strategy is not 100% of what you need, but it's a very good start. And as you build up more confidence in your strategy, it's going to help in your psychology. It's going to help in a lot of stuff. But yeah, I think that's like the biggest thing that traders need to do is to find a strategy, and then they need to start beating every level of what a professional trader has to be. You know, there's the FOMO, or I don't call them levels, I call them like jumping past or like an object in your way. You have to get past it, right? One of them is psychology, to not tilt, right? One of them is FOMO, to not jump in, right? One of them is risk management, never trade what you can afford to lose, right? Just some other stuff. Like another one is your strategy. You need a strategy, right? Little things like that. One of them is also part of risk management, but it's like how much you're willing to lose on every trade, how much you're willing to lose in general, right? I was very aggressive last month and got a very profitable in a month with 13 payouts, but it's not repeatable long term for me. I blew 5 funded accounts last week. Yeah, trading aggressive is like, I mean, there is no way to determine how aggressive you were trading. If you were trading aggressive and it was part of your model, then you weren't trading, you know, it wasn't like a dumb YOLO trade, right? It was part of your model. But if it's not part of your model, then it's something you need to work on. Like where you're just gambling on news, right? Where you're just straddling right before a news event and just hoping it goes up in one direction or down. hundreds of points, right? Is that one of your models? Do you have the data for it? Yeah, blowing a lot of fundeds is like, you will never see me blow all my funded accounts. It would have to be the rarest of rare days, because I don't want to go to something called eval jail. It's when you're only trading evals with no funded accounts. It's a very painful thing to get out of. It's very annoying. The expenses are painful, as I've only been trading 3 months and don't have a big buffer to staying profitable here. The expenses should not be painful. This is why the biggest thing I tell people in all my Reddit posts and all of everything that I teach, I say the first thing, if you can learn anything from me, is to budget. You need a monthly budget, and you're not supposed to go over it. Expenses are not supposed to be painful. It's supposed to be a tuition. And the thought exercise that I say, that goes along with it is, your budget needs to be a certain amount of money every month. Take that money and you set it on fire, and you should feel nothing. Your family should feel nothing. No one should feel anything. You should still be able to pay your bills, keep a roof over your head, food, water, right? That's the number one thing that traders need to do before they even start touching a prop firm or anything. It's the number one thing that I tell people to do. And it's because, you just go on Reddit, go to any of these subreddits on any day, and you'll see a post, I lost everything, I'm in debt now, this and that, right? I don't want the people that are in my community to go through that. That's the first thing I always teach. Yeah. But I'm a random guy on the internet, there's no reason for you to listen to me. There's no reason for you to listen to anybody. At the end of the day, trading comes down to you, right? You're the one clicking the button, right? You're the one clicking sell. You're the one clicking buy. You're the one setting your stop loss and your take profit. At the end of the day, it has to be you, right? No matter what, even if you pay for a model, this and that, yada, yada, it's always going to end up being you, right? What happens if the model is really bad one day, but you had a weird feeling, so you took profit early, and then you were right? Okay, that's you doing a great job as a trader, right? And you just you got lucky that day, or you just had that feeling. Okay, now what happens if you take that model word for word from somebody, right, on the internet that you paid for, and then that model loses, but you put in all your accounts, so that model lost all your accounts. Now you're pissed at that one person. Well, who clicked the button, right? You can be pissed at him or whoever all you want, but at the end of the day, like, this is why I'll never be pissed at myself at my own trades. I would only be pissed at myself if I take a trade that's not mine and it's somebody else's, and I risk everything and I lose. I wouldn't blame that person, right? And there's only me to blame. So that's why everyone kind of needs to make their own strategy. Even for the people that are taking their free trial or paying for the premium, right? I tell them, I show them the data, and I give them the historical data, and I say, if you find something, make your own strategy out of it. All I give you are lines. All I give you are support resistance levels. Whatever you do with that is up to you. You can incorporate whatever you want. And that's how it should be. You take advice or you take innovation from models, free models out there, like an orb. You can take an orb strategy, right? And then you put in your own twist to it, make it your own, mess with the RR, mess with the win rate, right? And then there you have your strategy. When you take the trade and you win, you did it all by yourself. Congratulations. When you take a trade and you lose, it's also all on you, right? Now, believe it or not, I don't even want to short here. I actually want to long on the next tap of the eye. This just feels like, this feels like a trend day. I would be very surprised if we keep going up for another, well, if we crack another 100 points from here, I think we're gonna go up like even like another 100 from there. Where's the next tap line? My lines are only for the premium. There is a free trial if you're interested in the line. Free 3-day trial. So if you're not interested in the line or the models and you only want to read my prop notes and all my advice that I give, even though I give it all for free on my stream anyway, if you want to read like some of my detailed stuff, it's quote unquote detailed. Like the premium is not really meant for my quote unquote course, it's meant for the lines. But there's a 3-day free trial on it. We're not there yet. We're sort of close, but not really. Not to the point where I'm paying attention to the charts right now. And actually the first line tap above to go short has been statistically something we should get rid of, just because for the past 7 years that I've back tested, we've been in a predominantly bull market, right? So actually the longs on the lower percent lines have been, I think the win rate is about like 10% better than all these short setups, which makes sense, right? The past 7 years we've been trending up for so long. Would you have an indicator for pre-members to put in your lines? What do you mean? Wait, Henry, aren't you in my premium? You should have the line data for today. I wouldn't give out the indicator because the indicator that I use on Thinkorswim has all of my data analysis in it. Like I wouldn't even put it on TradingView or anything like that, just because I'm worried about, yeah, like I'm not sure how to, like I'm not sure how, it's just because I don't know TradingView, so I don't know how secure it is. I don't want my code or all my data analysis going anywhere. My data analysis used to be 4 years, but now it's 7 years, right? And having a model with positive expectancy within 7 years, it's like, I personally don't know one person that has that. Which is why this is something that I need to keep, like, I even want to take it out of my computer and just keep it on like a notepad, in case I accidentally have a stream where I accidentally have a stream where I actually show some of it. That's why like everything I show you guys, I black out almost like anything that could be used for any hint, right? We understand when you posted 4.2's 100% win rate was disgusting. I think 4.2 was 100% and 4.1 was also 100%. But that's also me nitpicking the 2 days. Don't believe in just 2 days, right? The only reason why I didn't post the other days is because, like, I don't want to mess with the chronological order of it, right? Like, if I want to put in like 4, like the next one, it's gonna mess it up, right? So 4.2 is the most recent one, but if I go back and send you guys like March, so I'll send like 3 whatever, and then like let's say tomorrow we have another percent line day, well then like then the chronological order just gets fucked up and like my OCD is like getting triggered. But don't just take 1 day for it, okay? You can see even in the, you can see even in the old model, right? All of the data is here. This is the old model. So you know how I usually take these line taps? Look at all these old model taps. I have every single day of this year. This is the old model, but it's really close to it. The only thing I did was I adjusted for inflation, which means theoretically this model can be back tested for decades, right? So if I were to get, and I reached out to somebody and he reached out to me, he says he has like 5-minute and 1-minute candle data from until 2006. So I'm gonna back test with that next. I don't know if Claude will like it because it's so much data, but I'm gonna try, right? But you can look and look at the opportunities, right? First tap here, that's probably 40 points, 50 points, right? Second tap here is a loser. This is also a loser. Well, it depends on how long you hold on to it, right? This one could have broke even here. This one could have taken profit here. This one could have taken profit anywhere here, right? Now look at this line. Look at all these opportunities to scalp, right? And then I think if you took, like, my back tests have been showing the initial scalp, the initial tap is where you want to take in. But knowing myself, I'll take the re-entries just because there's so much noise here, right? This is one scalp, this is one scalp, this is one scalp. The fourth time you try it, all right, it's a loser. You could try midpoint here, you could have broken even, but let's just say that's a loser. That's a scalp, right? Look at how many scalps you can get. And then last scalp here. This middle point is also another scalp. 327. 320. Scalp. Scalp. Loser unless you hold it till the end of the day. Scalp, right? I have all this data for you guys. This one, like I don't hide the losing days. Loss. Loss. I think this was positive at the end of the day. Scalp. Midpoint scalp. Look at all the scalping opportunity. End of the day, scalp. Your backtest is all done through Claude. This old model was done through like just manual testing. But because I can't backtest 7 years myself, it's like it's gonna take way too long. So I put in my exact model on Claude and I haven't run the backtest for me. Another day. Scalp. Scalp. Right? This re-entry, which I would probably take this, right? Scalp. Another one. Right? Scalp. Scalp. I mean, you see the win rate, right? And you see why I hold runners. You see why I split between runners and scalps. Another day. Loser. 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 Scalp. 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 You see how powerful this is with a lot of accounts, right? This is probably a news day, so you probably didn't even have to take this. But look, midpoint probably would have, I mean, you would have ended positive because the stop loss is here or below, right? First entry is a loss. Midpoint, scalp, scalp, scalp. Imagine if you hold a runner, right? Another day, scalp. This is a previous day low, but it's close to the midpoint. I would take this. Scalp, scalp, 100%, right? Loser, break even or loser, scalp, scalp, scalp. Scalp, midpoint, right? This is 100% win rate. Scalp, 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 100%. I'm not hiding days from you guys, right? So I'd probably still enter back in here, but this would be a loser or break even. This would be a scalp. This would be a scalp. Second entry would be a loser. This one, if you hold long enough, would be a winner. This purple line would have been a scalp. Midpoint scalp. Pink line here. I would also enter here. The backtest is saying to enter here as well. Another scalp. One loser or break even, all winners. Look at this. Scalp, 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 scalp. 100% win rate. Right? Loser, loser, loser. This one, this is probably a really bad day. Loser, 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 loser. Maybe scalp, maybe scalp, maybe scalp. All right, that was one of the bad days, right? Oh wait, that was the beginning of the year, right? How many bad days do you get in a year? Right, 100% win rate on April 1st. Look, oh wait, so this is the new model. Look at the old model. It's very similar. Scalp, even though, okay, let's not say this is a scalp because even though it's very close, let's just say you don't take it. Scalp, midpoint scalp, 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 100% win rate on the old model. Now this was a news day. Even on a news day, this first entry, you could have scalped here or here, midpoint scalp, next line scalp, midpoint scalp. When it's an area of interest, like a previous day high, I personally take it. Okay, that's already like what, 5 wins, and then you get a news candle to fuck you up. A news candle. So don't chase this. Don't take this trade. The news candle. News candle. So this day you should have had maybe 1 loss or 0. This should be 0 losses because you shouldn't have even. This should have happened in like 1 second. So unless you had stop orders, this is why. This is the one hesitation of me automating the code. Because of days like this. This was the news day that I was showing you guys earlier. Another day. Scalp. Midpoint. Where is it? Scalp. Midpoint. Could have broken even 3 times. Scalp. 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 Almost 100% win rate. 1 loser. Right? I have all of it for you guys. But now I need to show it. I need to do all the new stuff, the new model. But it's so it's so close to the old model that the new stuff will basically be just as good. The only thing is that like my old model would have stopped working in 1 year or 2 years from now because it wasn't adjusted for inflation. So now 1 year from now, 2 years from now, 3 years from now, theoretically it should keep working. We'll see. This is a nice dip. Are we close to the previous day high? Oh, we actually went through it. The previous day high was right here. I mean, it tried to bounce, but then tried to bounce a little volume, and it's just not there. I think I'm gonna call it here. There's really no more trades for me. I mean, technically, what time is it? 10:49. Technically, this is like a scalp long opportunity, but after like 10:30 to 11, I don't bother scalping anymore. So I'm gonna see what trades there are tomorrow. There will be some discretionary trades that I take, but hopefully it'll be all percent line trades. And we'll see how the percent line model works tomorrow. I really think we're gonna hit the higher lines. Higher lines are like up here somewhere. We'll see. We'll see if we can get another 100% win rate day. If we don't, then oh well. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. It's been, man, this is one of my longer streams. See you guys in the next one. Peace.